the past couple months on my channel, I have gradually been playing less and less of the strongest Battlegrounds, and this has caused some people to be a little bit confused, because if you know me, then you would know that for the past 2 years, I've been playing this game almost every single video, almost every single day. But then ever since I returned to YouTube almost 2 months ago, out of all my videos, I've only played the game like 4 or 5 times. This has led a lot of people to think that I am quitting the strongest Battlegrounds. So today, I'm gonna be answering the question of if I'm actually quitting the strongest Battlegrounds. But before I talk about why I'm quitting and answer that question, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about why the strongest Battlegrounds isn't updating, how we can fix it and actually save the strongest Battlegrounds and get them to update, because there's something that you guys can do. There is something that all of us can do. And I also want to talk about what we can expect in the next strongest Battlegrounds update, because there is a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to expect. So yeah, let's just talk about the first thing, which is why the strongest Battlegrounds hasn't updated. Because as you guys know, back in December when the last update released, Santino told us in the update log, sorry for the wait, it won't happen again. And he told us that we were going to be getting updates like every week or every other week. But it has officially been 15 weeks and 3 days at the time of me recording this video, and we have not had any new major updates since then, bruh. The game has had nothing added to it. It has been drier than the Sahara Desert. And a lot of people think that Santino lied to us and he just got lazy and wanted to sit on the couch being fat and eating Minecraft Happy Meals all day. But that is not actually what happened. Basically, shortly after the last update released, California was hit with a very bad wildfire. These wildfires started on January 7th and lasted to January 31st. So basically, there was almost an entire month of these wildfires happening, and this was a very tragic event for most of the people in California. Like, around 30 people died, more than 16,000 houses or other structures were completely burned down and destroyed in the fires. Over 200,000 people had to evacuate their homes and completely leave. It was really bad. This was not good. I'm talking in my actual serious voice and not my dumb brain rot skibbity voice to describe this. I want you guys to know that this is not something I joke about. Like, this is something that was genuinely serious. And unfortunately, since some of the team who works on the strongest Battlegrounds is in California, a lot of their team was affected by this. And, you know, obviously, whenever you have to completely evacuate your home because there's a wildfire taking over the entire area of where you live, your top priority isn't gonna be to update a Roblox game. Your top priority is gonna be to get out. It's just not gonna be your top priority to update a Roblox game. And a lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, oh, it's been 2 months since the wildfire ended. Like, are they not able to go back and update the game now? But I think what a lot of people don't realize is you can't just go back to the area the second that the fires are gone. There was still a lot of, like, hazardous debris in the air for a whole month, and it could take between 3 to 6 months to fully rebuild a normal house. But this isn't just one house that burned down. Like, these were tens of thousands of acres of land that were burning. There were thousands of houses that burned down. Basically, this entire city was just on fire for a whole month. It's gonna be a very long time before this place fully recovers from these fires. And of course, I don't know any of the developers personally. I don't know their exact situations, but when you look into all the details of the aftermath of a wildfire, it is very reasonable for them to not have an entire update out yet. But now, before I actually talk about what's gonna be in this update, I want to talk to you guys about what we can do to prevent situations like these from happening in the future. Now, what I'm about to say is gonna sound a lot like what your science teacher says in school. It's gonna be a little bit of a nerd emoji, yap, 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 what's Unc talking about? But let's be honest, a lot of you guys would rather listen to me than your science teacher in school. Even though this is a little bit of a dumb example, it still shows that even if you don't live in California, you can still see a lot of the indirect effects of the wildfire. But if the strongest Battlegrounds not updating is what people need to see to start caring about the planet, then I guess that's the example that we're gonna have to use. But back when these wildfires first happened, my friend Stud did something that I really like. He made a fundraiser video where he donated all of the revenue to a charity, and they helped the people of California recover after these wildfires. And it really inspired me to want to do something like this too. And I also wanted to find a way that I can involve my community. That's when I came up with this really cool idea. So Earth Day is coming up in a couple weeks. It's on April 22nd. And I wanted to do a fun little challenge for Earth Day. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna be giving away 100,000 Robux to a random person that tags me on Instagram in the next couple weeks leading up until Earth Day. And all you have to do is do something that positively affects the environment. I don't care if you're going outside and planting a tree or picking up trash. You could be doing anything cool like that. Just take a picture showing proof that you've done whatever you've done, that you've picked up the trash, that you've planted the tree, that you've done whatever, and then tag me on my Instagram at MangoPoolYT. And then on Earth Day, I'm gonna DM a random person and I'm gonna hook them up with 100,000 Robux. It is as simple as that. So yeah, now that all of that is out of the way, let's talk about what we could expect in the next Strongest Battlegrounds update, because there is quite a few cool things. So the first major leak we have is this image right here of monster form on Hero Hunter, and honestly, I don't have much of an idea of what this is or how it's gonna work. I'm assuming this is just gonna be a new variant for Hero Hunter. My friend Stud actually has his own version of this moveset though, and it's most likely just gonna look a lot like Garo, but a red version of it. It's gonna be a lot similar, it's just gonna be red because Garo is mad. Something just snapped. In chat, if you think this new version of Garo is cool, just wait until you see what else they're cooking up, because there's a lot more. That's just the beginning. Another thing that will most likely be coming in this next update is the ultimate mode for the Tech Prodigy moveset right here. Now, I'm not sure if this moveset is gonna have its entire ultimate mode by the time that the update comes out, because if they were to add Child Emperor's entire ultimate mode, they would also have to have a new character ready, and I don't think there's ever been an update where they've just added 4 ultimate moves. That would be really crazy. And I actually have a bit of a leak of what this ultimate mode is gonna look like. And before I show this leak, I want to point out SANTINO literally spent over $10,000 to get this ultimate mode animated, so it's probably gonna be one of the coolest ultimate modes in the entire game. And at first glance, this image right here doesn't look like much, but if we click on the image, open it in a new tab, and then zoom into it, look, bruh, that's Child Emperor right there. Look how cool that looks, bro. And he also sent a video right here of what one of the moves is gonna look like, and bro, this move looks really cool. This is probably one of the coolest moves I've seen in a long time. And if you guys think all of that is crazy, the Saitama moveset is also gonna have some reworks in this next update. So as you guys know, Saitama has one of the most overpowered ultimate moves in the game, which is Death Counter right here. But this Death Counter move is actually gonna be getting completely removed, replaced, and revamped. And I'm pretty sure the reasoning for this is because this moveset is one of the oldest movesets in the game. I'm pretty sure it's the first moveset they ever added, and obviously they did not have a budget of spending $10,000 per ultimate mode when the game was first released. So the quality of Death Counter is nowhere near close to the quality of all of these other ultimate modes, like the new Child Emperor one, for example. And so you guys might remember back in August of last year when Santino showed this Death Counter rework that their team was working on, and this is what that Death Counter rework looked like. It was pretty cool. It was a lot cooler than the current Death Counter that we have in the game. Like, I remember seeing this at first and everyone was freaking out about it. And well, if you think this is cool, you're gonna think what I'm about to show you is even cooler, because Santino has actually given us a little bit of an update on this Death Counter rework. He pinged the sneak peeks saying, "I did not forget," and the image here is just a screenshot of the old message that he sent back in August, but the video here is a little bit of an update on the Death Counter rework. So let's just watch this real quick. Bro, it literally, yo, this looks so cool! And also, I noticed that right under this message, there's another message that's a video. I have literally never seen this video or watched it. I don't really keep up with the Discord server or the leaks that they're sending. Let me look at this real quick, bro. What is this? Wait, yo! Wait! Oh, is that Child Emperor? Yo! Okay, now I see why this ultimate mode costed them $10,000. This has to be the coolest ultimate mode I have ever seen, bro. Now I see why this update is taking a long time on top of everything else that's happened. And now there are a few more baller leaks that have came here and there, but that's pretty much every massive leak that's gonna be in this next update. So yeah, now that we've gone over all of that stuff, why the Strongest Battlegrounds isn't updating, what we can do to fix these problems in the future and make them update again, and what is all gonna be in this next update, I want to talk about if I'm quitting this game or not. Because as I stated earlier, I have not really consistently been playing this game. The last time I played it was 2 weeks ago, and I didn't really even play it for another 2 weeks before that. And the answer to that question is, I don't really know. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna keep making videos on it, but it's really hard to make videos every single day like I used to when this game barely updates anymore. Like, yeah, I understand why why they haven't updated it in a while, but as a YouTuber who does YouTube as my full-time job, I'm gonna go homeless and be unemployed if I can't make YouTube videos. And I can't really make YouTube videos on a game that's not updated. So of course, next time the game does update, I'm gonna be one of the first people to cover the update and drop a video on it. And if there's ever anything cool like the secret moveset that they added to the game a couple weeks ago, or these unlimited flex works, you already know I'm gonna be making a video on those things. But will I ever go back to the point of making videos on this game every single day like I used to? Honestly, there's a pretty low chance of that ever happening again. But at the end of the day, only time will tell. So I just want to thank the Strongest Battlegrounds for all the memories you've given me over the year. Until we meet again, goodbye.